It's the second week of July, 2008.
Show us what you got.
The best week ever! Madonna might deny it, but lots of people are going to bat for an A-Rod Madonna affair.
I really want to spread the word about mentally challenged dogs.
I Love Money highlights a problem we didn't know existed.
Finally, somebody's putting their money towards a good cause.
Is this guy crazy for loving bears? Does a bear flirt in the woods?
No.
American Gladiator beats up your grandma.
Let's hear it for the incredible Yoko.
Survey says, Roker!
Name a condiment you like to put on your hot dog.
And you may have made a Lego model of your church, Pastor Dornfeld, but one of these people is having the best week ever.
I tell you, these Idaho people are nice.
It's everything you love. Why are you scared? Everything you miss.
My dog is retarded.
Are you serious?
And all the stuff you need to see again.
Oh,
the best week ever.
That was incredible.
I hope it's coming soon.
Let's do it. Spent all week waiting for the new iPhone? Here's what you missed, gadget guys. Jesse Jackson whispered a controversial statement this week about Barack Obama, and everyone was talking around it. Them. Those thingies. Oops.
Sit wrong. Been talking down to black people on this faith base.
Oh, Jesse, you and your sermons.
CNN got around the whole problem of saying that word on the air by making things really awkward and uncomfortable in the Situation Room.
As precise as we can be, tell our viewers what exactly he said. We can't be exact here in the Situation Room.
It's to the effect that Barack Obama was cutting off his manhood with black people or genitals or something in that.
Male private parts.
Also, the baby juice bags and the don't kick me there's and the shame organs.
So while everyone danced around it,
I want to cut his off. I deleted a word there.
Yeah.
They will destroy his manhood. Like,
Yeah,
what?
right.
Or part of the male anatomy.
Castration, if you will.
You're part of Obama's body.
He may have used the N-word in describing Barack Obama's three-piece set. And I'm not talking about the knife, the spoon, and the fork.
One reporter nailed it.
Controversial comments coming from Reverend Jesse Jackson. This is nuts.
Give this woman the Peabody. She's done it. The most accurate reporting on nuts.
This week, news of Madonna's involvement in A-Rod's pending divorce has been tougher to avoid than an inside fastball. And while Madonna denied her role in the situation, some others have begged to differ.
So the first guy to speculate about A-Rod's connection to Madonna was Dodd Romero, his former trainer, who said this to Good Morning America.
This year has all of a sudden listened to a lot of Madonna's music and videos and DVDs and stuff like that. That was my red flag.
So A-Rod's been listening to a lot of Madonna music, watching a lot of Madonna DVDs. That's a red flag that he's gay.
You know, I might not trust a man in dreads or a goatee or a bandana, but when you put all those three things together, it's reliability city.
Dodd then took his accusations a step further, according to Inside Edition.
The baseball star has been seen at New York City's Kabbalah Center, and Dodd says Madonna's brainwashed him with the spiritual practice.
First, they took Sammy Davis Jr., now A-Rod! Jews!
I'm sorry, brainwashing? That's a pretty harsh charge. If you're gonna make a charge like that, I'd like to see you back that up with some serious evidence.
Is it possible that Alex Rodriguez has been brainwashed?
I think it's very possible that Mr. Rodriguez is under undue influence.
Wait a second. Are you telling me the Kabbalah critic is criticizing Kabbalah? The guy's normally very impartial.
On ABC's Primetime this week, we met Charlie Vandergraw, a guy who lives in a remote cabin in Alaska with a bunch of wild bears. Or in his case, alluringly touchable bears.
After watching Charlie interact with bears, one's forced to ask, does Charlie like bears, or does he like bears?
I'm obsessed with touching the bears.
Sometimes when you're in love with a bear, things can get a little weird.
No, I don't want to be seen striking those animals.
I just love that he's like, oh, I don't want that airing, as if there are a bunch of bears at home being like, no, he did not just hit her. He did not just hit. I'm calling my local cable provider. How do I use the phone? I'm a bear.
Charlie's cool with wild bears? Oh, but not bears gone wild.
I'm upset because of what I've done to Annie. When I saw her exposing herself to you men.
You know, all this slutty behavior is just the bear's way of crying out for attention. So give it to her, Charlie. You know, take her out to dinner. Or just get her a fresh garbage can. She's a cheap date.
Then Primetime brought in this professional animal trainer / relationship expert to give Charlie some words of warning.
There's no worse death, I don't think, than to be eaten by something that you love.
I might be a romantic, but I think it's better to be eaten alive by someone you love than never to be eaten alive at all.
On the season finale of The Bachelorette, straight-laced single dad Jason may not have gotten the girl, but at least he got humiliated.
Jason has got this locked up. If you ask me, he should get on his knee and ask her to marry him before she even tells him her decision.
No, I can't. Deanna could have let it gone on a little longer. Maybe till she had the actual ring on her finger and she could have been like, oh, you're sweet, you're cute, adorable. No. No, I can't.
Jason's a fool, though. I wouldn't let her play me. I'd have been like, bitch, what you talking about? I dropped my cell phone.
Jason's biggest mistake was, Mike, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can't choose you.
Why not?
Because it's not part of this show.
On Monday, American Gladiators welcomed its oldest contender ever, 52-year-old Yoko Owagashi. Despite looking every bit her age, Yoko still survived the show. Barely. And that's why she's our reality superstar of the week.
Say hello to Yoko Ohigashi. This 52-year-old, that's right, I said 52-year-old investment broker is ready to put the beat down on our gladiators.
So when I saw a 52-year-old lady doing battle with the gladiators, I'm like, they're gonna take it easy on this lady, right?
You gotta be impressed by her resiliency. Contenders running out of time.
Hell no, they beat the hell out of that woman.
She got hit so hard on the pyramid, she started getting her period again.
Even though Yoko's older, she brought her parents to cheer her on. And boy, did they seem excited.
You have dishonored our family, and now we must wear ribbons of shame.
After not dying during the brutal preliminary events, Yoko was almost done in by the Eliminator, or more specifically, a gigantic bin of plastic balls.
Oh, but she misses out as she goes down into the balls. Where's Yoko? There she is. Awkward landing. There's Yoko. She reappears.
I think in order to be a contestant on a show called American Gladiators, you should have mastered all of the events at Chuck E. Cheese.
When Yoko's face finally broke through that sea of balls and we knew she was going to be okay, we thought, you know, this is not only a victory for Yoko, but this is a victory for anybody who's had a lot of balls on their face.
This week, Best Week Ever's Paul Scheer sat down with Al Roker, host of Celebrity Family Feud.
Wow, Al Roker, this is so great to have you.
Well, Paul, nice being had. Thank you.
Well, you are amazing on the Celebrity Family Feud. I love you on that show.
Well, I thank you a lot because you know what? I love this show. It's the only game show I ever wanted to host. It's like a dream come true.
Let's start the feud. Brian, Layla, let's do it.
It seems like a cushy gig. I mean, you show up, hobnob with celebrities, you know, done day.
Well, yeah, you would think so. But not only do I have to host, but I had to be the head researcher.
Really? The head researcher?
Hello?
Hi. Name something you find in your bedroom.
Excuse me?
Name something you find in your bedroom.
Is this Al Roker?
It is little wonder that the paleontologist who found the first jawbone run short.
At what age should you tell your child there is no Santa Claus?
Mommy? Son, get away from that bad weatherman.
Name a condiment you like to put on your hot dog. So, for some reason, they came to me afterwards, the producers, and they said, you know what, Al, we'd rather you maybe just focus on hosting. So somebody else is doing the survey stuff.
Okay, I can kind of see that. I mean, I kind of agree with it, you know. I mean, no offense. I mean, the show is great, and it's on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock on NBC. Al Roker's the host. Tune in.
Survey says...
On the first episode of I Love Money, we learned what the contestants were going to do with a $250,000 prize.
I am a professional dominatrix. And if I won that money, I would build my own fully equipped dungeon in the basement.
That's downright normal compared to Megan.
I really want to spread the word about mentally challenged dogs.
How does one spread the word about retarded dogs exactly? Like, psst, hey, did you hear about retarded dogs? Here's a 5 spot. No, but I did now.
My dog is retarded.
Did that retarded dog pick out that dumb outfit?
And I want to adopt some more of them and save them.
What is she saving these retarded dogs from? Is there some evil woman out there trying to make a mink coat out of retarded puppies?
Finally, somebody's putting their money towards a good cause.
For a second, I thought that Brandy C was being sarcastic. And then I realized, oh, no. She's stupid too.
If you feel a sudden urge for meat, it's because Matthew McConaughey recently lent his easygoing Texas drawl to a new series of juicy radio spots for beef.
Strip steak sizzling, tantalizing the entire suburb. That delicious aroma is all the invitation you need to search out its source.
Ooh, beef has got a new spokesman, and it's none other than All-American Beefcake Matthew McConaughey. Ooh, I'm hungry for some beef.
You see those hickory smoke signals? Well, that's a sure sign it's grilling season in the land of lean beef.
Where exactly is that land of lean beef? Is it in the same land where people's legs look like cottage cheese and they drive around in rascals? Is that the lean beef country?
I just flew in from the land of lean beef, and boy, are my calves tired. Thank you, I'll be here all meat.
Even though the radio commercials are just about grilling and eating beef, they are strangely poetic and oddly sensual.
Isn't it time you took your appetite on a romantic protein getaway? Just the two of you lying side by side under sirloin skies.
Take a romantic protein getaway. Oh yeah, I've used that excuse with women before too.
After listening to Matthew McConaughey's sexy voice touting the virtues of beef, I am both hungry and questioning my sexuality. This is delicious. I think I'll go to a bathhouse.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Coming up, Christy Brinkley looks a little ill-defined. Lindsay Lohan rings in her new relationship. And you may have hitched a ride in a wheelchair, Michael Jackson, but one of these people is having the best week ever. You're watching Best Week Ever. Our forecast is partly Roker.
I'm Chuck Nice.
And I'm Christina Mackamore, winner of Hell's Kitchen, and this is the Saucler.
Saucler! Saucler! It's Sizzler! You stupid donkey! You dumbass! Dumbass!
Sizzler! Sizzler!
As the Christy Brinkley Peter Cook divorce proceedings enters into its second week, it was reported that Cook's attorney was really tough on Brinkley, but nowhere near as tough as the courtroom sketch artist. Good Lord! Apparently the courtroom sketch artist is Edvard Munch. That's right, I know my 19th century Norwegian expressionist painters.
Uptown Swirl!
In an interview with Complex.com, Flavor Flav claims to have lost his virginity when he was 6 years old. I also lost my virginity at 6 p.m. this evening. My wife is old-fashioned.
Flavor of Love. And now, Chuck Nice gets units of weight and foreign currency mixed up.
This week, British tabloid The Mirror reported that Samantha Ronson gave Lindsay Lohan an 11,000-pound ring. 11,000 pounds? Man, that's one heavy ring. That's like the size of an elephant. And for that matter, how much is that ring even gonna cost? That's like...
This has been Chuck Nice gets units of weight and foreign currency mixed up. Sizzler!
Recently, an online petition has popped up urging a production company to cast Tara Reid in their upcoming remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. What are they going to call the film? Nip Slip on Elm Street? And what's going to happen to her character? She's already been butchered. And this just in, Freddy Krueger will be played by her stomach.
Petite Patina!
Next week, Madonna's estranged brother Christopher is publishing a tell-all book called Life with My Sister Madonna. In response, Madonna's going to publish a tell-all book about her brother called Who Gives a
Sizzler!
In a recent interview with OK Magazine, 17-year-old Jamie Lynn Spears said that being a mom is the best feeling in the world. Best feeling in the world? You've obviously never been in one of these massage chairs. Oh, you gotta pick one of these up, Jamie Lynn.
Lil Mama!
I'm Chuck Nice, and that was the Sizzler.
Stop! Chuck, you call that a sizzler? I've seen funnier stuff on the Antique Roadshow. Shut it down, you cannoli!
Coming up, Judge Judy is on a roll. Plus, you may have sat in every seat at Rose Bowl Stadium, Jim Puro, but one of these people is having the best week ever. You're watching Best Week Ever. Dude, you made a baby. While you were running with the bulls, people who need a new hobby, we were finding the week's best moments, in case you missed it. On this week's Judge Judy, the plaintiff's argument is full of rolls.
Do you know whether anybody asked for rolls?
Well, when they...
Do you know if any of your guests asked for rolls?
Yes, they did.
So you had not ordered rolls. Some of your guests asked for rolls. They had some leftover rolls from an earlier party, and they accommodated your guests by putting out the rolls.
No.
Well, that's what you just told me.
Did your guests ask for rolls? No. Did they ask for rolls? Did they want carbs? Was anyone gluten intolerant? What? Who was on a low-carb diet? These are not hard questions.
On America's Got Talent, a 10-year-old angel used the stage to work out her daddy issues.
Show us what you got.
What's your talent, little girl? I step on my dad's balls. Off you go.
On the prank show Scare Tactics this week, a woman came face to face with the devil, and it scared the bejesus out of her.
Oh my God! What?
Why are you scared? You shouldn't be.
Oh my God! Where am I?
You're on Scare Tactics.
You're on Scare Tactics. What? What? You're at Scare Tactics. Oh, what is that? It's a show on the Sci-Fi Channel. Oh, the one hosted by Shannon Doherty? Actually, no, now it's hosted by Tracy Morgan. Oh, well, I like him on 30 Rock. Yeah, he's pretty good, but you're on Scare Tactics. What is that? That's a real show. Yeah, it's a show.
Coming up, a Best Week Ever you should definitely not try at home. You're watching Best Week Ever, and that ball's going, kabala!
Hi, I'm Masayoka, and BestWeekEver.tv is essential to my survival on the internet and in life. So now get smart and log on to it already. Now!
This week, one man flew his lawn chair over 200 miles from Oregon to Idaho and managed not to die in the process. That's why Balloon Man Can't Couch is having the best week ever.
One of the benefits of flying in a balloon chair and not dying is getting to go on Good Morning America with your wife without ever leaving your chair.
Flying over Oregon in a lawn chair, you can't beat it. It's the best form of transportation I can think of.
Flying on a balloon chair is perfect if you hate things like speed or accuracy in your travel plans. It's like, I'll get somewhere eventually.
Not only did he accidentally not die from flying around a balloon chair, he's encouraging other people to take a gamble on themselves.
It's backyard scraps that we put together, nothing fancy. You can get it at your local hardware store. And so it's not there's no science to it.
Finally, someone is taking the science out of flight. You can't hoard it, eggheads. Let the people have it. In your face, Wright brothers. And you know what? Up your ass, birds. We don't need to jump on your backs to fly anymore.
This has been such an amazing week for Kent. I know when this is done, he's just gonna put the balloons down, sit the chair on the patio, right?
Is there a next for you?
I'd like to fly over Australia and float across that big old open expanse of a country that they've got.
This might be the first best week ever that is also someone's last week ever. Kent, why are you doing this? Just go to Outback, get a bloomin' onion, and put that chair away.
That's a sure sign it's grilling season in the land of lean beef.